So the hashtag BL exploitation era was going around, and it was all over my timeline, and it was all brought about by Gmmtv. Gmmtv had said on their Up and Above 2024 part 2 that they were going to give fans an opportunity to actually give them stories of shows that they would make. Now, they came out with a statement yesterday saying that they were searching for stories in both the GL and the BL side to make shows into them. Now, look, at first we thought it was going to be an all-inclusive thing, but yesterday they did say that it was only for Thai fans, and they did put out like a lot of statements that were in Thai that people didn't actually agree to them. Like, you will be selling like all the rights to the story for only 30,000 bahts, and 30,000 bahts is approximately like around 830 US dollars, and people were livid because they felt like it was exploitation, which it is true, especially if you have been in the GL and BL industry and you have seen how much money they make out of these shows, especially with the books, with the merchandise, with everything, even with the show. So you can imagine they sell the show to some site like iQIYI or WeTV, and then they also put the show on YouTube. Like, how much money they get, or they actually put the show also in any channel in their country. Like, they are making billions out of the show, and then you will just get a measly 30,000 baht or 830 USD. And people were also calling into question. So if they are going to pay writers 30,000 US dollars, how much do they actually pay these actors? How much do they actually pay these actors? Because we've seen so much money, they make so much money. So even if we do consider that making the show, they you also use money, but GMMTV has never given us like the level of quality that Idol Factory gave us with the sign. They have never given us that. They have never given us the quality that King Posh actually gave us. So how much do they actually pay these actors? Because they are making so much profit when their cost of making these shows is actually very, very little. Because they do that, and then they also make specific fan mates and fun cons concerning that show. Like, they're making money. Now, when I heard of the opportunity, I was like, okay, GMMTV has never made a grown-up show that I have actually liked, especially in the BL industry. And I felt like, okay, this will be an amazing opportunity for me to give out a story that actually talks about grown business. And I started a Wattpad story whereby I came up with three partners, whereby not three partners, but three different couples, whereby the first couple is a couple that has been together for 10 years. And now that the legalization of marriage has come to play, and they can actually get married and be happy and live happily ever after, like in a way that they have wanted for so long, I decided to write a story about that, and how one of the couple is secretly married and has all this other family because he wanted to save the lifestyle that he has, because he comes from a rich family and he didn't want to start from nowhere, so he had to do that, and he has been secretly hiding it from his partner for 4 years. And then I made another story of a couple that has been together for a few years, but the other one has a very dark past whereby he was into drugs, he was into the underground lifestyle, whereby things are not as as much open to other people, and like when people know about it, like people are quickly judged and onto why they live such a lifestyle. So now he's a home, I don't want to say a homestay dad, but he is more of a homestay partner, and he's lives more of life like a prude, which was not what he was doing before. And these events start coming out in the open once he meets his ex-partner, the one he used to live that life with, comes into play, and all these memories are brought up, and he starts kind of questioning whether he is contented or happy in the relationship. And then the third couple uh is about a transgender story, because I have heard these stories 100, like 1,000 times, whereby people are saying that when you come to Thailand, you might meet a lady boy and not actually know that that person is a lady boy, because they're gorgeous, like their voice and everything. You wouldn't know that they are a lady boy. So I wanted to put that into play, whereby a man meets a woman and he actually doesn't know that he is a lady boy or she is a lady boy, a transgender woman, and they go on dates. And whenever like the guy wants to get intimate, the girl says that she doesn't get intimate with people quickly, like unless she gets to know them and she's in love and all that, she builds a connection with them. That's when they get intimate. So they get to a point whereby they want to get intimate, and this guy, it is past 3 months, and this guy wants to get intimate. So the lady has to tell him that, okay, I've been keeping this from you, and it's because yes, I do have to get intimate with you once I get to know you better, but I also, before we get intimate, I would like to let you know that I am a transgender. Now that, and then this guy like is shocked, because we also see that in his past, when he was a little boy, like his sister came out as a transgender man to his family, and they shun her out, and the repercussions of all that and those feelings start coming out, and now he has to deal with all that. And like we see their relationship take life. So yeah, it was an amazing story that I felt like it would have done so much better at Gmmtv, especially as we know Gmmtv like is the agency that actually most people watch their shows, whether they're good or bad. Like they are the kings of BLs, because they have these amazing rosters of actors who might not necessarily be like 100% talented, but they are actually very pleasing to the eye. So a lot of people follow them. So I felt that that story would be nice to be told there. And if it wasn't there, I was going to put it somewhere else. And actually, I'm very disappointed if like people can actually come take the time to think about not only impactful shows, because a lot of people were asking for Gmmtv to do impactful shows, and I feel like a lot of people would have put out suggestions of impactful show. And for you to get only $830 for a show that will not only just be meaningful, or will not just be like monumental, like it would have been like a knife just being twisted in your gut, and that person not letting the handle go, like it would have been horrible. So I hope Gmmtv does something about it. They actually pay people, because this is just us trying to help them to do better, because people are realizing, people's eyes are opening up, and we are getting to see these actors for who they actually are, their lack of talent, their lack of passion, their lack of everything. And they will not just be the king of BLs, they would actually lose absolutely everything in the future, because we've also seen that their numbers are also going down. If you have actually been careful to see, like, a lot of people are watching their show less and less nowadays. And yeah, they will get to feel it, because people don't like watching repetitive shows. As much as we love these actors, we are not going to see them act the same thing 3 years in a row. Like, no character development at all. And that's why we are seeing people like Fast Katang shining right now, because people are seeing the growth in whatever they do. Like, their first project and the last project they did, like, it is miles apart, and it shows how, like, they are growing talently. So let me know in the comment section, do you think that people would actually put out their stories, especially knowing the amount of money that they're going to be paid? Do you think that Gmmtv will wise up and actually add on to the prize money and actually make it something that is, like, enticing, or not even enticing, that is deserving? And do you actually feel like the clause about selling all your rights, they will remove that and you can still have your rights, even if, like, they buy the story? And also, do you think that they will now open the competition to international fans, knowing so well how much money international fans actually bring them, not just in buying the merchandise, but in watching the show, in buying their tickets to their concerts, and actually in flying out from their countries to come to Thailand to actually support them? Let me know in the comment section. Bye.